Hi everyone, my name is Cyan. You're watching the Esports Historian. A couple of months ago, I made a post on our Starcraft talking about an idea that I want to do, and now I really want to move forward with this idea, and I want to talk to all of you, get your ideas and your thoughts on how I should go about this and what I should be doing and what you think of my ideas. Um, so the idea is to go back through our Starcraft and Team Liquid um, and look at the content that was posted, the numbers of people that were involved, lots of different things, and try and understand a little better what has happened in StarCraft 2 over its life in esports. We all know that StarCraft 2 was the golden boy at one point, and now is really, really not. But I personally hold a belief that it doesn't have to be that way. There's lots of games that have just turned their destiny around 100%, did a complete 180, and we could be that game. And even if not, I think that there's a lot of validity to doing this kind of project. So I'm going to go and use the tool called the Wayback Machine, which is a product that's, or a tool, or whatever you want to call it, a product, a tool, I don't know. It's created by the Internet Archive Foundation. And what the Wayback Machine is it's a web crawler. And I don't really know what that means, but basically it goes and it logs the internet. Um, that's my understanding of it. That's how it reads. So you can go on the Wayback Machine and find a website like Team Liquid or Reddit or our StarCraft more specifically, and it will have logs of that web page. Our StarCraft, the first log is 2009, I believe, and on Team Liquid it goes back all the way to 2002 or 2003. I can't remember offhand. And what this lets us do is it lets us go back to see events and people's reaction to the events as they happened at the time. Um, Historically speaking, it gives us primary documents to base our understanding on, and it's very unique. Normally, when a big event happens in the world, people, when they react to it, the reactions get filtered through the news, the reactions get filtered through interviews with journalists, books, um, movies, lots of different things, and that filtering can change the way that reaction comes across. But the cool thing about the internet is that if I go and post something, I'm posting what I want. There's no filter, there's no in-between man, there's nothing. It's just my words on the internet. An even cooler thing about the Wayback Machine is that it's as if we are sitting there talking to the person as they say it. We're looking at them in the past, but the way that it's logged and people's reaction to it at the time is all exactly the same as the day it was posted, which is very, very cool. It's a really unique thing about the internet and this tool. It gives us what we call in history a primary source, and maybe the best kind of primary source. The other type of source is secondary source, which would be interviews and documentaries and things like that, which brings me to the point we have lots of information about StarCraft 2 in the form of interviews and documentaries and articles that people have written and things like that. Lots of news. But those are all secondary sources, meaning that they've been filtered. They're a person or a group's bias has come into that, and the information that we're being fed isn't as clean and isn't as raw as that primary source. One source is not necessarily better or worse than the other, it's just two very different kinds of things. And within esports and within the StarCraft 2 community, we've never had access really to a primary source that we've really paid attention to. It's been there all along. It's always Team Liquid, and it's always Reddit, and it's always the forums and everything like that. But we can really pay attention to it through this kind of project. So that's why I want to do it. I think it's really unique, and I think it appeals to three core groups. Firstly, it appeals to the StarCraft 2 community because we can find some really cool stuff. Even if we don't save the day and save esports, hallelujah, praise Jesus, we can still find cool things. There's so much cool stuff out there to find, and we don't know that it's there until we stumble across it. The second community it should appeal to, I think, is just the esports enthusiasts on whole. Because like I said, and like everybody knows, Starcraft 2 was the golden boy. It was headed for places, and it just kind of didn't get there. And there's lots and lots of speculation, as we all know, on why that happened the way that it did, on what exactly happened to Starcraft 2, and what exactly could people do to fix it. Um, so maybe we can take some of that speculation and some of those theories and say, well, this makes sense based on our research, this is probably fact, or this doesn't make sense based on our research, this is probably just not fact, because there's still lots of conflicting ideas out there. And the third group that this should appeal to is just people who are into history. Because, like I said, I don't think that there's anything like this that has ever really been done. The entire point of the Wayback Machine and the Internet Archive is to appeal to historians and historical knowledge, and I think it's really cool. Just the idea of going back and looking at what people were saying, totally unfiltered and totally just exactly what they wanted to say. Their words. There's nothing like that really in history. Not for the masses of people. I mean, other than writers and journalists and politicians. This is just the everyday Joe saying his opinions, and that's really cool, I think. So the type of data that we're going to be looking at, I'm basing this entirely on our Starcraft and Team Liquid. On our Starcraft, we're going to be looking at the number of upvotes, the number of downvotes, and the percentage of people who liked the post. And then from that, we're going to try and determine how liked a post was, how many people liked the post, things like that. We're also going to be measuring the growth of our Starcraft as a community from 2009 onwards, which is a really cool thing to do because I think right now our Starcraft is one of, if not the biggest Starcraft communities online, and in 2009 it was nothing. The first log on the Wayback Machine for our Starcraft has, I think, 130 subscribers. It's just, there's nothing there, which is so cool. That's cool for us because we get to see it grow and we get to see how it grew and what made it grow, which is just great. Originally, I was going to base the project entirely on our Starcraft and just Starcraft 2, because I thought that, you know, Brood War, it's been done, people know about Brood War, I don't really need to do it. But obviously, I don't think that's fair to Brood War, because we haven't really looked at Brood War like this, the way that I'm intending to do it. We have lots of documentaries and interviews and things like that, but nothing numbers oriented. So on Team Liquid, we're going to go right back to the beginning as far as we can, and look at the most popular posts on Team Liquid each week. We're going to look at the number of people who voted in the poll that is up for whatever week. Just the number of people, not who won the poll or how many votes were cast here or there, just how many people voted. And we're going to look at the most popular news article on Team Liquid and how many comments were on it. That's how we're going to gauge how popular it was, the number of comments. And we're going to do that at least once a month, probably more, every month from 2002 onward on Team Liquid. By looking at these numbers, we get to find out how StarCraft grew, how fast, how much it grew, and then how much it tapered off, how fast it tapered off, what exactly was that hill that we rode. We also get to see what kind of issues are really important to the community, and were really important to the community. Things like foreign tournaments, foreign players, WCS, the release of StarCraft to balance, lots of things, skins, free to play, lots of different topics we can look at and we can say, okay, this number of people upvoted this number of people downvoted that, this percentage, this is a controversial opinion in the community, or this is a widely accepted opinion in the community, things like that. And by doing that, maybe we can see where an important topic, an important issue in the community just wasn't taken as seriously as maybe it should have been, or maybe an issue that wasn't very serious was taken too seriously, things like that. The way that I want to present this information is twofold, two ways. First off, I want to try and create as unbiased a document that I possibly can. I want to create an academic style history paper, and I want to present just what I found, thesis statement, conclusion, all these numbers that I found were relevant, and put it out there like that. But I really know that most people don't want to read a history paper on Starcraft, on World War II, on the Enlightenment era. It doesn't matter. Nobody wants to read a 10-page report on history for fun. The main way that I want to do this is I want to use this YouTube channel, I want to use Twitch, and I just want to casually get people involved. I think I want to do Q&A sessions on Twitch, maybe a weekly video here. I think I want to do a weekly video where I say, hey, look, I found this thing while I was researching. This is state of the game #1. Go look at it, or hey, this is fan art from back in the day. Go look at it. Go have fun. And just be really casual in that approach. And if I keep up on it and I do, a weekly session, then it keeps me on top of it too, and hopefully it keeps people involved and stirs up interest. And there's so much that we can do with this. There's so much information. There's so many places to go. I already had people asking me if I could do like specific scenes, like regional scenes, like Europe and Germany, or things like that. And I could, but that's just so much to take on. I want to get this done first. So I'd really love to hear everyone's ideas. I'd really love if you could, support me by just liking the video, subscribing to the channel, showing that you are interested in this thing that I want to do, and just come along for the ride. Be involved. Like, come help me out. I need your help. I need you to call me on all of the things that I do wrong, because I'm going to get it wrong sometimes. Thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you can leave a comment and tell me what's up, and I hope that you can watch the next one if there is a next one.